Hi and welcome. Now, today's video, I want to talk to you about two things and do or try to do one thing. Now, the two things that I wanted to talk to you is about if you have watched my latest video, you have seen that I kind of came up with two composition, two mashups, three in fact, or four. Anyway, but two I have finished and already published it. I mean, I put it to work, but there are still two, compositions or mashups that I haven't finished. And one thing out of experience, I can really advise you try to finish your projects. Do not leave them. Do not just, waste your time. For me, every time when I'm composing something, if I do not manage to do a base or create an idea, then obviously it doesn't worth it. So that's not a track. But like if you have seen it with these compositions that I am making, live without having something in mind or without any purpose, I'm just composing something. Still, I want to give a purpose to those compositions. I just do not like to waste them. I did this mistake at the beginning, making a lot of composition, mashups, just things, creating them and just then leaving the project and leaving the composition as they were. I never tried even to finish them. So also since like I think it's like already 7 years, I believe so, I'm always trying to finish a composition. I mean, they do not have to be Grammy award winning tracks. That's not the idea. The idea is to have a track with beginning and end. And if the track is good, then you can decide what to do with it. But the most important thing is to give a purpose to your compositions. For example, these compositions that I'm making, I'm recording it so you can see it on YouTube. The idea is to have a purpose. The first purpose is that you can see it on YouTube, how I'm creating them, how the process. So it's available for as many people who are interested to see my workflow or how I combine ideas and so on and so forth. But secondly, it has to bring me something. Well, it brought me the joy of creating them and it helping me to relax because I'm doing this. I'm not tied to a contract or I don't have an agreement with somebody that I have to do. I just have to cook up some composition. And then I want others to be able to use it, for example, in visual productions, right? So the second purpose of this video today is try one track to finish it, or let's just advance with the project, and maybe I can finish today. I don't think so, but we can never know. Sometimes I'm just not complicating things and I finish quite quick if I just know that that track will not serve me some special purpose. So, for example, if I decided that the track is just for general usage, like I don't know, in different visual productions, then I just upload on royalty-free platforms, and from time to time it get license for, I don't know, from $20 to $100, and that's it. So that's the general purpose, but at least I didn't waste it totally my time with it. So without further ado, let's just get to the session. So I don't know if you remember, but the purpose of this composition was to create an electronic music and mixing it, carving it out with the Pro Q4. So this was the idea that I have laid down. And let's just listen. Okay, so we have this for me, for example, and this is an interesting question that I would ask for you. So I have two ways of composing, or three ways, but today I just want to talk about two ways. So two ways of composing. So one way is this, like I just come with a rhythm or maybe with a theme, and then I just building up into everything what it comes to my mind related to that composition, to that rhythm, to that chord progression. I just stuck one up each other. Like for example with this one, so I had the drum. Yes, we created the drum. If I don't know if you remember, then came with the bass. Yes, with the bass. Then with the arpeggiation, yes. Then with this dreamy pad, right? Then this. Then laid out some kind of solo. Then I wanted to build up on this solo. Then complicated a little bit sonically, and then even more with this air traffic rise up, right? So this was the process of composing, and this is one exercise that I do advise you to try it out. Imagine the track and just stack one of each other. Now, what this thing is actually doing is helping you out in the composition to hear if everything blends, if everything merges and working all together. So I just, with experience, I found that this way, if you are composing, and if you chronologically or ideally, you can imagine the composition that every, instrument that you are bringing up is coming with a plus and it's developing the track, then you can see this composition as a build-up composition, right? And this is one way of composing. Second way, as I told you, I have three ways, but the second way is when I'm chronologically, as you can see it here, like stacked up, like drums, bass. I do the same thing, but I doing it chronologically, so in longitudinally. I don't know if there's a word like this, meaning that as I created the bass, then I go immediately after, and then I lay down the other parts. But as I told you, the advantage like this is that here we could have done already the mix, and I could already hear at the beginning if my composition is really an entire composition that blends together all the ideas. But you can try it out, and I am really interested to find out if are you composing the same way, like sometimes stacking up, but then you are imagining, chronologically that in fact it will be a track that is developing from A here, from drum bass to, the climax, if I can tell you here. So you can say that this is the beginning of the track, right? And then the climax is this, right? And how we arrive from the bass to the climax? Well, we are building up. And in between, we can even pause. So this is the concept that I really advise you to try it out. Or if you are doing it, then we are on the same level then. And I would love to know if you have different approaches, if you are doing completely different the way you are composing, and that would be interesting. So please, in the comment section below, tell me, so we can have an exchange and I can try out new ways of composing. Why not? So today I'm showing you this type of, ways of composing and creating a track and trying to finalize it, or at least giving that A, B, and C points so that it will sound like a track. So what I'm doing right now is that just take these and just multiply it, right? Now, generally, what we are talking about the track is like from 2 minutes to 3 minutes, right? Basically. So here, if I'm coming here, I have 2 minutes, right? So we can say, 2 minutes, it's already nice if I can make it 2 minutes. Now, obviously, what is nice with this one, but with any composition, that if you feel that from the climax your track is finished, then it's finished. But if not, you can still come up with ideas and change them. So right now here, okay, we have almost 3 minutes, way too much, but let's just see how could we start this track, for example, right? Like, as I told you already, drums and bass kind of sounds nice. And yes, one thing I have to tell you from the beginning, that this track, I'm thinking already that it will have a general purpose. So it will serve as a background music. It will remain instrumental. I'm thinking that is instrumental, no vocals here. And if I'm thinking that is for background music or for multimedia purposes, then I know that it has to have a beginning and the end and some kind of, variations, but not that strange variation. So the flow has to be somehow a continuous flow, right? So let's try and start with the bass, right? Now, it's good, but let's work with the rhythm. So in my thinking, I'm saying, okay, how about working the drums? Let's simplify the drums. I would say, so let's just try to what I'm doing. Try to mute Yeah, with Control M, mute the hi-hats, and let's see how this one sounds like. Let's mute even the snare, right? And we can introduce, how about introducing secondly the snare, yeah? So that gives a little bit of movement, right? So let's listen again. And obviously here, and now let's develop even more. So I have, right, this, let's just have more visibility. So we have now this one. Now, what I can do, and sometimes I'm doing it, let's just try out how this sounds. And you can tell me in the comment section below if you agree or maybe you would do, differently. Like, I want to do this. You will see what I mean. Like this. And go back and just slow it down. So, starting from the beginning. With a simple bass. Yes. And then let's introduce this part, dream. Now, obviously, if you see, I don't introduce the rise up of this effect because that will be another development for me, as I believe. So now, let's see. You see, this part I don't want. I want to remain with this one. And here, I don't feel like I'm at the level that's so. Okay, and I'm watching, the track also. So I'm looking carefully in everything. So how the development is doing, what is the time? So I'm always watching the time also, and the development that is, because I don't want to have that kind of long development. So let's say for now I feel that it's all right. Oh yeah, one thing that I don't want to forget. So the transitions, the way I'm working, I'm just creating again the base of the composition. So the road to A and B, but let's say the road is not finished. It's just the path is created. So there's no transitions. So don't be surprised if I'm not working on transitions. The transitions will be after. The transitions, I'm leaving it at the end almost of the composition because I think that it's more important right now the path of the track of the development rather than being tied down on creating transitions and just wasting time on creating the transitions, because sometimes we can just waste our times in creating the perfect transition. I don't want to waste time on that. I want to just, be attentive on creating the track, right? So, starting like this, for example. Now here, you see, now here, I'm not so sure. Should I already put the rise up of this arpeggiation, the ARP1? Should I include it or not? Because you see how the track is developing. So again, bass, right? With the drums that are involving, so just kick, then snare. Now the hi-hats also enters in his row. Now an effect, right? Now it slows down back a little bit. Okay, and now comes this dream pad, right? That is in motion, 1 octave high, 1 octave down, and now here I'm not sure. Listen, I mean, it's nice, right? Now I can leave it like this, and I tend to leave it like this, or I can just continue with this one like this, right? And now what I'm thinking about, just to share with you the information, and with the riser, of course. Right? So the development arrived, right? Okay. With a crash there. And with the riser, or maybe not even necessary. And here, for example, what I can already feel is that, listen, with this, slows down, right? Because it's the same rhythm. it slows down. So what I need, I have to a little bit speed up. But I mean, I don't want to speed up. I want to remain at the same speed. I just want an impression to speed up the composition. And what I'm thinking is simply just kind of shaker. Let's see if I'm introducing shaker. Let me just go shaker. Let's see this one, for example. I mean, I have no idea if it will go or not. Let's just try it. I mean, it kind of works. Let's see. So a shaker, in my experience, of course, it kind of helps us to speed up a little bit the rhythm. Like, listen, if it was without. Or with the shaker, listen. I mean, definitely. And now we are at time where I'm thinking, okay, what's next, right? So next can be, for example, this second theme to get in, right? But I don't feel like it's time yet for this one. So what I feel is that maybe we can have something. See another pose, something like this. I really feel like we can have, for example, this kind of situation, right? And not even, I mean, to go and so. Okay, so the problem is for me, I mean, so let's just take a little bit of time and go back from the beginning and re-listen. So this is what I'm often do, because I just had a problem with this composition here, because after this, this is nice, this is fine. I don't even want this here, I don't think I need, so let's just. this is working fine. Okay. So my problem was okay. So my problem here at the beginning was that I didn't know how to reintroduce the solo one, because it seems like here, for example. So I couldn't. Here it sounded strange just to have the solo from here, right? No. But just leaving it like this and then introducing it, right? It's nice. I don't even know if I want this rise up everywhere. So here is fine. Still we are okay. That's still fine. And I think not the Theme 3, but I will introduce this one instead. So let me just check. So I think that it's too much repetition, so I really feel that this So I'm not sure yet. I still have some kind of questions with this track, and I'm not sure at the end if there's not too much repetition. So beginning is fine. is okay. Still we are okay with the bass, right? And this one also, right? And this is okay also. As I told you, no transition. Yes, I'm not working on transition, just the composition. So this is nice, okay, here. And this introduction also is good. Okay, still good. Here a big bomb explosion and the riser. Yes. Okay. Here we introduce the shaker. Here again, a little bit of pause. Maybe I have to leave a little bit. Yeah, so what I tend to do is like this. Well, I'm not that sure yet. I'm telling you straightforward about the second part here, but I mean, I'm still thinking through. I'm still thinking through if should or should not, go on that route. So I'm still not convinced, right? And now what I'm doing is I'm trying to seal a little bit the ending, right? And something like this. So yeah, it's still kind of too much. Yeah. Okay. So for me, right now, the question is here. So here it's okay. Still okay. this is what I have to. Again, an explosion. I mean, yeah. And even this part. I just thinking through, so this is the way I'm think. So maybe here don't have to remain linear. Yeah, definitely. Okay, so here we are. We have 2 minutes and 40 seconds, so it's a very healthy length of a track. And we have generally what we need. Don't have the transitions, of course, because I already told you it's not about transition. I don't, do the transitions in the middle because I don't want to waste time. So this generally it sounds okay. Now we just have to, I just have to figure it out. How do I want, for example, what kind of transitions do I want to make? For example, I re-listen the composition, right? And if there are basic compositions, I'm doing it. For example, here, what I already know, I want to simplify it, is just noting this one, I think. See? And then an effect. So now I'm just doing the basic, drum. And here I feel the same thing. Like at the end, I want to do the same thing, which already, makes a difference. Like here, like. Maybe even I can make 2 to make it more. Why not? something important. No, it doesn't matter. Okay. What I can even do here, now I'm just coming, with ideas. Shaker. I just want to combine something. If I have some idea, I'm just listening. If I'm not coming with an idea that can let's see this one, obviously without the something like this. Let's see. So without. Like just smooth air can be. Here I can stop it like right. Yeah, let's just check something. No, I need something. Something maybe this one. That can. Something like this, right? So these are just ideas. So this is somehow that I would do with the track. Like this is really the foundation, the base. No transition, so we have small like drums and whatnot, but not really specified transition, right? For the moment. So now it comes the part of making the transitions. But I don't want to make this video that long. And for me, maybe it's time for me to take a break. So I leave this track like this, take a break, and then we can continue this composition with transitions and making that breaks and transitions more, you know, big, epic, or cool. So, see you in my next episode.